This video is about La Transfiguration de Notre Seigneur Jesus Christ by Olivier Messiaen. I will explain the most important things about the work and the composer. Olivier Messiaen was a French composer of the 20th century. He was known for his complex and spiritual works. Messiaen was also a talented organist and influential music teacher. His music was often inspired by his Catholic faith. He also used bird songs in his compositions. La Transfiguration de Notre Seigneur Jesus Christ is a major musical work by Olivier Messiaen. The work was composed between 1965 and 1969. It deals with the biblical story of the Transfiguration of Christ. The music is very complex and requires large orchestras and choirs. It is one of Messiaen's most important works. Messiaen was inspired by the biblical story of the Transfiguration of Christ. This story describes how Jesus appeared in divine glory before his disciples. For Messiaen, this was a deeply spiritual and mystical event. He wanted to translate this transcendent experience into music. His Catholic faith played a central role in this. La Transfiguration de Notre Seigneur Jesus Christ is divided into 14 parts. Each part describes different aspects of the story of the Transfiguration. The structure is carefully thought out and follows a clear theological concept. Messiaen used various musical techniques to convey the spiritual depth of the story. The parts alternate between choral singing, orchestral music, and solo passages. Messiaen was fascinated by bird songs and studied them intensively. In La Transfiguration de Notre Seigneur Jesus Christ, he used bird calls as symbolic elements. The bird songs represent the beauty of creation and the divine. They can be heard in many parts of the work. Messiaen saw birds as messengers of God. The harmony in La Transfiguration de Notre Seigneur Jesus Christ is very complex. Messiaen used unusual chords and scales to create mystical moods. He developed his own harmonic systems that make his music unique. This harmony contributes to the spiritual atmosphere of the work. It challenges both the musicians and the audience. Messiaen's rhythmic style is also unusual and challenging. He used irregular rhythms and complex meters. These rhythms are intended to reflect the timeless nature of the divine transfiguration. They are often inspired by Indian and ancient Greek rhythms. The rhythms give the music a special dynamism and intensity. La Transfiguration de Notre Seigneur Jesus Christ requires a large orchestra. This includes unusual instruments such as glockenspiels and ondes martinet. The combination of these instruments creates unique timbres. Messiaen used the orchestral instruments to represent different emotional and spiritual levels. The instrumentation is an essential part of the musical narrative. La Transfiguration de Notre Seigneur Jesus Christ is rarely performed. This is due to the complexity and the great demands on the musicians. Nevertheless, the work is considered a masterpiece by many. Performances require careful preparation and great musical skills. When the work is performed, it often leaves a deep impression on the audience.